ever told you the story about my uncle? How I realized my uncle was a freak?
The one that had a side piece.
Brother. Yeah. Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
going
He
on?
took us to a strip club when we were 16. It's like a rite of passage thing, right? And when we walked in,
Right.
the only thing I remember is all these fucking strippers. No, bro.
Oh, in North
19, North
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
The one with the pool
Yeah,
table.
dude. Oh,
Oh
yes.
yeah, bro.
All these strippers walked up to him. I was about to say his name, so we'll call him Joe. Like, oh, Joe, how you doing? Uncle Joe, how you doing? Everybody fucking, I left that place thinking like, yo, I can't hang out with this man anymore. This is not good. This is wrong.
Bro, people have misconceptions about gentlemen's clubs.
It's an honor to event house, right? What if you're a client that went on?
Some places aren't full nude and they serve alcohol. And usually those places are way better. The women are like professional dancers and shit, bro. They're like fucking gymnasts. They don't end there. It's like watching a Circus Soleil show in Vegas.
Went to one in Texas, and it was a BYOB spot, and it was like a C-section gallery.
Huh?
Like me?
Huh?
Wow.
It was just a bunch of C-section scars everywhere. Exactly, exactly. I was shocked. I was shocked that they have, because in LA we don't have BYOB. So we were in line, we were in Austin, and in front of us was a bunch of Edgars with like 30 racks of beer. And yeah, that was a culture shock to me. I didn't know that you could bring a strip club out.
I mean, you can in LA to each time. You know, people.
I wish I could bring my own chicken wings to a strip club. That'd be great.
Some places make chicken wings.
Wait.
Chicken wings.
Wait, hold on. Why would you want to bring your chicken wings to the strip club?
Because
Like,
not all strip
I
clubs know how to cook chicken.
Coco, you be going to the strip clubs with women?
You said what?
You go to the strip clubs where women strip?
Hell no, we go to the strip club.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait. All right. Okay. Well, I gotta remember we're using the water cooler example that you said was not, and I'm using this parallel case of the Switzer versus SEC. It's an identical case to my analogy. Didn't. Oh, Iran's only 7 more days. Oh yes, damn brother, can you please speed up your cadence, brother? I'm just trying to.
Not again.
Honestly, if the slightest excitement can cause you to have a heart attack, um, um, I,
I used to like the strip clubs where they. I can't.
yeah,
What age were you, bro?
What age did you
Like
stop
strip
going to
club,
male strip clubs?
I never been to one, but like when I stopped going to strip clubs, probably like 30. Cause mind you, I was a promoter, I was a club promoter.
So probably like 33 or some shit like that.
I never understood like why people go in there knowing that you're just looking, and like how many people have sleazed their way in these types of crevices. Oh,
I mean, I mean, you know, you know, we need some type of entertainment.
Yeah, in my Google, I'm not knocking, like, if y'all want to go to that shit, like, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm saying, like, but at the same time, it's like, and maybe it might be different because, like, I'm attracted to women, so, like, so I think it's different. So I don't know.
Our communities deserve safety, and they deserve justice.
Like, if you're in a strip club at the age of, like, over 40, it's like, I can't even knock that now that I think about it. Like, like you in there 60, shout out to the 60-year-old strip club.
well, it was kind of crazy how you said my answer was the wrong answer or not a good answer.
No, I didn't say it was the wrong view.
Because you're looking for like an arbitrary number that you subjectively like assign to being like weird, right? And I'm saying,
No, I didn't say it was weird.
No, it's okay, brother. It's okay. I'm saying that Jesus knows no number, and the point of finding Jesus.
Paying them, and specifically in Kenya, to take care of these farms. The farms are to feed other people in Africa. I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting, there's nothing I'm not exporting. I'm not or importing.
The way they made our leaders to lose us. That's how they are losing you people to also, as in the government. That's how they are.
I don't know. I feel like it's a scapegoat. I think Africa and a lot of other countries really need to get their shit together and stop supporting like just.
We need to get our shit together. Yes, you are right about that word. So was get it together.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh,
People
Serena.
from coming together and
Serendipity. No, I don't know who that is.
forming like.
We just met Malibu a few days ago, Serendipity,
Like,
but we
if you
sort
have
of
so much
took
information,
it in.
this is what boggles my mind. You have access to talk to us.
They really did.
I'm
I'm
assuming
not
you
gonna
have
lie. I feel like
access
this
to.
is like, it's so interesting because I used to sit inside of rooms that were so brain rot central. Like, I can't believe I'm associated with certain types of people online, even if it's just like when I'm bored, I'm at home, or it's just like, why waste your breath on certain individuals? It's actually insane.
Bad tracks for Clubhouse.
Yeah, I don't know how they even like live with themselves. Like, how do you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you function knowing that you're like who you are? Like, I don't know.
See, what's great about the now is everything you ever said on Clubhouse is all compressed into the now. And so there's no shame in having wasted many years talking on this app about nothing important in particular, or even making fun of people and roasting them for basically wasting all their time or being drunk and annoying. Or essentially, what I'm trying to say is that Hap is in the DSP, which is a highly annoying person or a highly argumentative person. Those are the people that I very much dislike. I am complete.
Serendipity hosts a big room every morning, mostly called Got Snatched, and it's a Clubhouse hodgepodge. All are welcome.
Oh Lord.
It's mostly civilized, but not always.
Well, I love it mostly civilized, but not always. That's yeah. There you go.
It's
No, 'cause
Clubhouse.
no, because you know what I think is like so refreshing. Is sitting inside of rooms and just like talking to people online that aren't necessarily trolling constantly. I think sometimes it's just like, when is it enough? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, coming from someone like me, and I'm like one of the biggest trolls to have ever existed in my past. I still have it in me to like irk people and push buttons and like whatever. Like, I have my moments, but I think that sometimes it's like, you can't just.
That's my job.
Excuse me, what did you just say?
I'm the troll here.
Wait, I feel like I have a vivid memory of you liking trans people. Is that correct?
No.
No, you did. We spoke with you the other day. Didn't we?
I think so, but most of the conservative men on Clubhouse are secretly tranny lovers, so I can't keep them apart.
Oh, Simon is a conservative. Oh, yes, he's the conservative Mexican.
I'm not a conservative. I'm from Chicago.
You are.
I'm a liberal.
You are.
I'm a liberal, dude. I'm from Chicago. I'm anti-gun, pro-abortion.
I don't know if I believe that.
Did you vote for Kamala?
Yes, I did.
Wait, did you really?
Yep.
Okay. What's the race that what would you consider yourself to be? This is interesting to me, actually.
Politically?
Yeah.
If I did distill it into like one phrase, I would just say I'm a small government person. Government is the problem, not the solution.
So, what would the solution be to you?
More personal liberty by less government overarching and being ever present in every aspect of our life. More like a libertarian ideal.
Okay.
The government that governs least governs best.
I mean, the thing is, as much as I believe in, as much as I would like to believe in what you just said, I just don't believe that everyone is capable of doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that everyone is capable of the ideology behind individual freedom. And I don't know if I would want to maximize that for certain individuals. Like, do you know what I mean?
I would know better if you gave me a specific example.
I just feel like the way a lot of people think and operate in America and what they believe in is not necessarily rational, and I just can't see. I can't see a society with all of that, because everyone is it's just a lot of differences here. I feel like what I would want to see is a government. I'm from Sweden originally, right? We have political parties. What I like about that is that when new laws are being implemented and things are being changed and switched and blah 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 whatever we do, it's like we all kind of have to meet each other halfway to still come to a conclusion of what we want to make a change of. Like, just because you win doesn't necessarily mean that you're just gonna take over and do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, to a certain extent, yes, the political party that won definitely has more say and can make changes, but then you have to I just like the structure of meeting each other halfway forcefully, because I don't believe in being a Republican or a liberal. I believe somewhere in the middle. Like, I think that the middle is better than having people decide for themselves completely, because I don't think that everyone is capable of deciding for themselves what's best. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, but I asked for a specific example and you didn't give me one.
I feel like I did.
No, you didn't. You made a lot of general ideas and innuendo.
But what would an example be?
What is an example of someone who should not be able to decide how to manage their own life, where the government does it better. That seems to be the idea you're alluding to.
Well, because like some people believe, like let's say, like, well, I think I misunderstood maybe a little bit of what you meant because that is different. Like sometimes you know best for what's good for you in the moment, and maybe not the government. But how could we live in a society like that though? What would you want to strip away from the government to have control over us? Like, give me examples of that, and then let's see like where we get because that
Okay, like
crazy to me, but I don't know.
like for instance, like one specific example I could give you is in a lot of states there's a giant licensure program which varies from state to state. Like I don't think there's a compelling reason why the government needs to be the body that licenses barbers, for instance. I think a private trade group could do that better, where a trade group establishes professional standards for barbers in the state, and you can cut people's hair, and you can try to get the certification from this trade group, or you could just do it on your own, and your reputation in the market will, funnel business to you or not based on how good you do. There are plenty of people who have every skill necessary to cut hair, but they don't need to be licensed by the government to do so. That's one example of an infinite number.
Okay, I mean that I agree with, because like, why do you need certain certifications from certain? Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
And like the fact that there are some state governments that don't.
Okay, a gun license. Do you think that should be something private?
I'm fairly permissive about guns.
Do you like where we're at with that though? Like, is that something you believe in, like the freedom of owning a gun, and like, like, are you like, is that like that? Is that like your vibe, or like, what do you think about that?
I think with very few restrictions, American citizens have the right to own guns. Period.
Wait, you said with very few restrictions, think that they should be able to open up? But with very few restrictions, in what way?
Like people maybe who have committed felonies or are proven to be mentally ill, like in an extreme way.
Yeah, like they shouldn't own guns, right?
That's generally the vibe I'm going with, yeah.
Yeah, but my thing is, who's gonna be the judge of that?
I think it should be a right that you have, and the right has to be taken away from you, rather than the other way around. Like you have to.
Now, who do you think should be able to decide that? Do you think
Like a court system, a court system.
A court system, which technically becomes the government, because that's like
Yeah, that's like one of the most basic functions of a government, even in like a libertarian society, is like forcing contracts. So I'm not saying I don't want there to be a court system.
So no, I know you're not saying that, but that is what I'm saying. I think that I agree with you. It's certain to a certain extent. I think that was what I was trying to say before. That I think that it would be hard to like have. It would be hard to not have a government, but that is why I believe in political parties, because essentially what you're talking, like where you stand is like not necessarily political party based, but I feel like it's more towards that direction. Because I feel like right now it's like we have one leader and we have that leader's group, and like every time there's a new leader in office, like a new president, we like exchange everyone that works in like the White House with their people, and everything is just like so like not individual, but it's like just very different. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. Like even like if it's a liberal, like Donald Trump, like let's say like Joe Biden and like Obama, like the people that work for
Stop.
the same people that work for Joe Biden, even if they're both liberals, they still have their own employees, their own people, and their own of everything. So even if it's like the same vibe, it's still different. Like I don't know. Do you see? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's not good that people in Washington get replaced with new presidential administrations. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like yes, but no, because I feel like with like political parties, it's like nothing gets replaced. It's just that the people choose the leading political party. But every other political party that has mandate in the please stop, this sounds so like this guy. Like every political party that has mandate in the like what the fuck do you call that? Wait, I have to Google what the word is in English. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Oh, Google sounds
Let me tell a quick story while you do that.
yeah.
Serendipitous there.
Oh, Parliament. Sorry. But go ahead, tell your story.
So I was outside of this shopping area today, and people will frequently be there collecting signatures to get either candidates or issues on the ballot. They have to collect so many signatures. I'm sure it's like that in many other states. And the people, I feel like years and years ago, those people outside would have actually been volunteers who like believed in the cause, and therefore they're outside collecting signatures for it. And now there's just this like army of paid canvassers who are out there, and they get like $3 a signature or whatever it is, and they're so poorly trained. Like they're all like ghetto-looking people for them in my area. The people who are outside there collecting signatures, and they don't know shit for shit about the issue that they're supposedly asking people to give their signature as a registered voter to get it on the ballot. So a lot of them will just like come up to you and be like, "Could you help me out and sign this?" I'm like, what is it?
Wow.
It used to be like someone would be like a volunteer and they'd be impassioned about the issue, like, let's talk about voters' rights, or whatever it is.
Right, like I think about the Stevens and the Marshalls.
Yeah. Right. Yes. And so I always am like, well, what is it? What's it about? And like a few of them can basically tell me what it's about. The one today, she's like, "Can you sign this?" And I'm like, well, what is it? She's like, well, we want to lower DTE bill, that's the local electric company that everyone hates. And I'm like, okay, well, I think I already signed it. I said, well, which group is behind this, is what I said. And she said, the president. And I said, what? And she said, well, yeah, the president ultimately decides what the electric rates are. And I said, no, he doesn't.
Oh my god.
I was like, you fucking, I was beside myself. Like, do you believe that? Or you just like, think that if you say something like about the president, it'll rile people up, or you think I don't know if she thought I was like pro-Trump or anti-Trump, or she just like dropped the Trump card, pun intended, that I would sign her signature. Like it's so bizarre.
Yeah, that's kind of unreal.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like if I decide to run for city council, when I do, I'm gonna have like a ragtag campaign, and I'm just gonna like stand outside places myself and get signatures, and stand outside the library, and like maybe do like an internet campaign. And
Don't you think that's the most meaningful though?
what exactly?
I think that's the most meaningful way to do it though. That way you can answer questions of the people that are contemplating and considering. I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was this woman there are some judges that are elected in this county, and I remember at an event, she's standing for this woman who's running. I didn't literally know anything about what probate judges do. And like I talked to her for a few minutes, and she explained it to me, and like I voted for her after that, because I remember talking to her at this event, and she was nice and explained what she did and like what she wanted, why she wanted to do it, and I didn't know anything about any of the other candidates, so I voted for her.
you?
Hello. Did somebody call me a dope? It's true. I'm a schmuck. I did put forth a mayoral proclamation today that if I elected mayor, I will make the Chicago Election Board become a double entry ledger system with a receipt process, meaning that we will eliminate election fraud because we will have double entry accounting, but also the petition formulation of a campaign will also be integrated into the actual election commission, meaning that we will have full transparency from petition to vote, and we are demanding, as voters and citizens, for complete and total transparency of the entire electoral process from start to finish. And I am complete. Hello?
You're running for mayor of Chicago?
Yep.
Oh my god, that's the best thing I've heard today. I want you to win. And I care deeply about Chicago. I lived there for 12 years.
Yeah, it's they are finally putting police or sheriffs on the trains, but if you can't even get down to Chicago because the train is full of homeless derelicts, piss and shit and smoke blunts all day, all night, and rob you and rape you and murder you and kill you and burn you, like, the city has to have some at least basic standards. Hello?
Yeah, I was reading on social media today that that long delayed, long over budget red line extension on the far south side. I thought I read the headline that it said it was opening soon, but it wasn't. It said the groundbreaking is soon. And it's already 20 years behind schedule and like tens of billions of over budget, and not one piece of construction has been laid so far. I think it's like Chicago's version of, the California high-speed rail train to nowhere.
Well, they didn't get the money. Trump cut them off before they could scam Uncle Sam, and it's like a $2 billion contract, and Mayor Johnson is suing in federal court to get the money because all his contractors are like, "What the fuck, Brandon? Like, that's a lot of money. Where's our money?"
Yeah, but that's just one of the delays. It was supposed to be done like, a decade before Trump became a political figure. So Trump is like also playing strong arm with a big project in Detroit right now. There's a new bridge between Detroit and Ontario that has been completed, and they're just putting the final touches on the two border crossing houses on either side of the border. And it's only a few months behind schedule. It was supposed to open last fall. Now it's done, and they're just sort of like negotiating the opening date, but Trump is threatening to delay the opening he wants slightly better terms with Canada and whatever, in a way that, was already negotiated well before he became president. And we'll see. I think it's going to just end up opening anyway on time, but
So I used this new Meta AI content creation app called, was it Matu? Is it? Anyways, but I created your Kitover.com, and you can just literally say, "Hey, create an extensive website based off of my Instagram account," and poof, there's Mayor Kitover, and then you just register the website in the app, and boom, you have a website in like less than 20 minutes of incredibly high quality caliber. And I also released a voter registration app called Chicago Voter Registration, and unfortunately, the Google Play Store rejected it because I didn't have a privacy policy packet or something embedded with it. So I'm still working on that to get that app out there. But my marketing gimmick to get on the ballot and have the 15,000 signatures is ChicagoMayorVote.com and all these websites, and it's a marketing campaign to make it look like it's from the Chicago Election Commission to get non-registered voters to vote, and in a confrontational way, like you just said. Nobody wants to sign a petition from some fucking schmuck who says, "Help me out, brother, and sign this for me." Like, we want people to say, "Hey, we're registering voters. Are you registered? We can help you." And We want to find out who, so it's like a less aggressive way to communicate with a potential petition signer. And first of all, we want to qualify that individual to find out if they are or aren't actually registered in the Chicago database.
And has Joe B donated to your mayoral campaign?
Yeah, she mails me cash in the mail. That's how cool of a chick she is.
God bless her. In a world of someone, be a Joe B.
I heard her in Politically Correct today, and she's got some speech limitations, but man, people are merciless in that Politically Correct room. They're the most racist group of assholes I've ever heard, and they're so ignorant and so stupid. Patty's like, I ain't going to no motherfucking Iran with no motherfucking rifle and goddamn bayonet to kill those motherfuckers. You send your own sons and daughters to die in that motherfucking war. Fuck that shit. And we would lose. And the motherfucking Iranian military is as big as our motherfucking military. I'm like, God, are these people, like, how are they employed by people? First of all, they are employed. And they are working for, they are government employees. Like, Patty works for a colonel. And she's on this app 24/7 spouting anti-American propaganda. It's like, hello?
Yeah, I don't go to the black people yelling at each other rooms.
I've also issued a mayoral proclamation.
Sure, I said stop lying. Yes, you do. I see.
No, I don't.
Rooms. Yes, you
I
do.
never go to those rooms. I might pop in for 1 second and leave instantly. I literally don't go to those rooms.
I've also issued a mayoral proclamation that Chicago will establish a vaccine injury reparations fund to compensate family members of Chicagoans killed by Pfizer, Moderna, J&J mRNA spike proteins that induced myocarditis, Alzheimer's, and other deadly injuries. I will also instruct the Attorney General to sue all major U.S. and international COVID-19 vaccine manufacturers, medical hospital groups, and insurers for fraud, serious bodily injury, and mass deaths.
If you come close to winning and that's your platform, you will not be long for this world, unfortunately.
Tell that to all the people that died after they took the COVID-19 vaccine. Millions.
Didn't they during the middle of the vaccine, hysteria and pressure campaigns in 21? There were a few African heads of state that were calling out the scam of the vaccines, and they were deposed or killed and replaced, and they were barely mentioned because no one in the world cares about any news coming out of Africa.